Normal player guy here, and welcome back. And I thought I'd do this quick video to help people, just to show them how to complete the new stages for Fighting Spirit and Pride of the Wicked Bloodline. Very difficult, especially that stage 4, right? Just one phase, but boy, does it give you flashbacks to Cell Max, so they're just perhaps not quite as much. I have taken a nice screenshot for myself. We'll just maximize that as we go into what you need to do and how to win. So you're limited to the third one, which is against like 40 metal coolers. They go between SR to the SSR star to the real SSR to UR, right? One of each type, multiple throughout. So you get like two phases, or rather, you get 2 rounds of each one, right? So there's like 8 phases or something like that. Or there's 4 phases, two for each. And they get very, very difficult as you enter the SSR. Now, of course, the first one is movie heroes. Now, with the introduction of the new LR, this can be done, but it can be done without them. I've seen it being done with this guy, this Gogeta, although God knows how they did it. I have these guys here, so I ran them, and I'll just actually show you what I used as the team. We go into the first one. So of course, I had pretty much had to use every item on this because, as I say, there's quite a lot of enemies, and it took honestly like 25 turns. It was insane. So of course, we used the new 7th anniversary units, the new LR Goku. He guards, which is very very nice. These the gods can. After they stack for a little bit, you hit the SSR phase, which is about phase 3. Then you transform, and the 18 key is really helpful for hitting like a type disadvantage and just taking them out of the equation, right? These LRs here, the Gogeta, and of course, you can heal, you can pop it. You see the super attack. They have damage reduction in this form, so you want to save that transformation to the end. Again, this Gogeta after his EZA, when it starts getting really tough and that nice heal comes in, it's basically an extra sensu bean, right? And this guy having his crits and dodges helps really, really well, right? Then I was struggling to fill in the roster. Now, I could have used, say, like Piccolo, who is a bit of a tank if you prioritize some orbs for him. But I chose this Goku because he's gonna have he's gonna have this here, this one Pure Saiyan buff, not the other. So he's okay. He was only sitting at around 100k defense. But the point with this guy is he has crits. He has like a 70%. Oh no, he has like a 50% chance to crit, over 50% HP, and pretty much a guaranteed crit. He has like a 100% crit if you're under 50% HP. So those crits come in really nice against the int type. And of course, this guy's actually pretty decent. He gets extra stats against with a movie hero ally. Right there, you go, plenty off. He gets stats on super attack and can be pretty good. Right. So slot one, turn one. He's actually decent. He's sitting in around. I got him at Rainbow with pretty much max links. With all the additionals you can get, like prepare for battle, etc. Probably touching around 190k defense, and that's before he supers, and he gets 50% on that. So he's near 300k, right? That's actually insane. But he's got a super first. This guy guards. This guy reduces damage, and everyone else is quite good. These guards for one turn, but it's not going to matter, right? Because it only gets difficult as you go down. These guys, they are impressive. If you get a little bit of RNG with how many times they attack, they can do good. Their morale boost is a nice attack as well. It just happens. It's nice to get that extra buff in. Really, these guys can come in. These having that 18 key and just stuns the enemy for that one turn really helps, especially like this guy who's kind of lackluster. Imagine if his EZA came out now, his defense would be a lot better. This was far easier to do. It was just about a matter of transforming when you hit the SSR phase. That way, you should have enough time to see where the super attacks are, and they don't go crazy. I never saw more than 2 per, and of course, I could always stun one, and then I can always use someone else who's crazy power. You get this guy, by the way, this LR Goku is 18 key every time. By the time you hit towards the end, he's at like a million defense. By the way, I do have one dupe in him, so that might be the reason why he's stepping up fast. These guys are good, but I'm going to have even more use. I had to use both items only because I couldn't quite predict, because my Gogeta, he he ran out of his time of his passive with the super attack effect. So we're going to quickly look at the fourth stage, which is the last one. Now you have to use artificial life forms. Now, believe it or not, when I say this, do not run an artificial life form. Realistically, you want to use the new Wicked Bloodline, and you'll never believe the team that I ran. Because when you run it, you just think, how the hell did you do it? Well, it was a little bit off just, well, I kept getting my arse handed to me, and after a bit of debating with some friends, we decided to use a metal cooler team, and there really isn't much on that. And we have a look at my metal cooler team that I did this with. Now, actually, I didn't have to use every single one of these items. The only reason why I could have gotten away without using only one of these guys, these Android 8s, but by then, um, between using 3 items or using 4, there really is no difference. This was my team. Now, I don't yet have this new lead, who, by the way, it's only one phase and he has type advantage, and he absolutely decimates these guys. One super, slot 1, turn 1. He will, if he crits, right, at SA20 at 55%, he's taken off at least 3 health bars. It's crazy. And the guy only has 11, so taking off 2 to 3 health bars with a crit is mad, right? So how I did it, it was turn 1, phase 1. So on the first turn, I had this guy, and then I had this metal cooler alongside some other one. I popped a Whis straight away, so you get the damage reduction for 2 turns. Of course, you take a lot of damage still, even with this guy. On the second rotation, this guy popped out with his metal cooler core, right? His giant transformation. Now he massively raises attack, so any additional supers would be even crazy. So a crit from him can take off half a health bar, right? So 2 super attacks are needed to take off half a health bar. That's how much health these guys have. And the point is, his giant transformation makes you invulnerable, and you chip down health. So and you get 2 turns, so you chip down the health, and you probably can take off, depending on how you get lucky with crits. You can probably take off 1 or 2 health bars. So that's the second one, right? After you had your transformation, you pop out a Android 8 and a Whis for the next turn, because you're probably left with a bunch of these coolers, right? Surprisingly, this physical metal cooler can actually put up some decent damage and defend fairly well. After combined with this and this, all of these units are actually tanking. Now, this guy, Rainbow, with all his links active, 150k defense, and that's with this, right? He's only on 150k. All of these are at 105k, believe it or not. This guy, after his easy A, if he crits, can do some moderate damage, right? So third rotation, or technically fourth or fifth, depending on how how long this pops out for. You want to pop both of these items. So on the following rotation, they're still active. This guy comes back out. You've got this nice support here, and then you got whichever one you had on this. And this guy, you get a little lucky, and you can knock this guy out. You can knock them out in one. Now, there's only one phase. It's just the one enemy, 11 health bars. Now, yeah, beware. These guys hit crazy hard. You have to go in with this. With items for sure. So that's how I did it. A metal cooler team. Everyone can have this. Every single person. The only thing people may not be able to get would be this summonable metal cooler, right? Summonable metal cooler, and have him easy 8. Now I have him at 90%, all his links are fully done, and start of turn he's at around just over 200k, somewhere like 223k. That is with Big Bad Bosses, Strongest Clan, Thirst, all that kind of metamorphosis, all that kind of stuff, right? And he has even more with like the deficit boost and auto regeneration. He's at, and then he gets 30% on top of it. No, he still dies, but with this item can double digit, right? It double digits a lot. All these guys are surprisingly effective. This is the way to do stage 4. You do need to have this guy as a guest. If you have been lucky and pulled this LR, please get rid of this AGL one or something like that, right? You do need this support, by the way, for the extra key. So yes, and by the way, should you complete it, you should also, I'd imagine, automatically complete the extra bonus objective for completing everyone with super attacks, because even this guy in his giant form only needs 3 key. That's probably where you might fail, but 3 key. So yes, That's going to be this nice quick video. I just thought I'd just take a couple of screenshots, just so I could show people how it was done. And believe it or not, I still can't believe that it was Metal Cooler's team, the free-to-play options, that actually helped me out. Unbelievable. Obviously, you don't run this guy. For the love of God, don't run this tech free-to-play guy, or any tech, actually. I got close with a power absorption team using the margin boo. I had to rely on crits and them stacking the attack, but it was still incredibly difficult. Even the likes of LR Cell, you'd be forced to stick on the team with no links outside of Legendary Power or Fierce Battle. Absolutely crazy. So, yes, the way to go, weirdly, is to use the Wicked Bloodline, this guy. And if you have him, you're going to find this a lot easier, extremely difficult. Right, so there we go. That is the new stages of the Fighting Spirit of the Saiyans and the Pride of the Wicked Bloodline. I hope this was actually useful. I did go and spend a lot of time on this, and then I found out that this was just the way to go. So, if anyone watches this, fantastic. You finally got a good way of doing this. Now, until the next video, I will see you then later on. Bye bye.